On January 17th, I went to the Fort Ticonderoga Museum in upstate New York, at the meeting point of Lake Champlain and Lake George, for one of their special off-season real-time revolution 250th anniversary living history events. They're doing these periodically from 2024 to 2027. Originally the site of a French fort in the 7 Years' War, the American capture of the British fort at Ticonderoga played a critical role in the survival of the early insurrection by the future United States. That story can offer us some key historical lessons. In May 1775, a few weeks after the British Army attacked the Massachusetts colonists at Lexington and Concord, New England militia forces raced to seize the small garrison at Ticonderoga, who were unaware the war had started. This quick thinking prevented a planned reinforcement and reconstruction of the fort and resulted in 59 cannons being transported in late 1775 and early 1776 across the region to the Revolutionary Forces' siege of British-occupied Boston. The British Army and Navy were forced to evacuate Boston in March 1776 after 11 months of siege or risk destruction. Although the American invasion of Quebec, staged partly out of Ticonderoga, did not succeed, the American presence at Ticonderoga also blocked an initial British counter-invasion force from Canada, which kept them from linking up with British forces in New York City to cut off the retreating American army. The British then also decided in 1777 to commit a much larger force to the plan to invade from Canada. The American garrison sensibly abandoned the fort when it was obvious they would not be able to hold it a second time, and that allowed those withdrawing troops to join the larger American army at the fateful Battle of Saratoga that humiliated the British forces and provoked foreign intervention on the side of the Americans. I had a great time attending the event at Ticonderoga. Reenactors from the Patriot garrison demonstrated cooking, carpentry, woodcutting, sutlery, shoemaking, musket drills, artillery maintenance, oxen team handling, and relived receiving the shocking news of General Montgomery's death in battle in the failed invasion of Quebec. If you get a chance, check out Fort Ticonderoga and don't miss other upcoming 250th anniversary events in Massachusetts, marking Henry Knox's noble train of artillery across the state to win the siege of Boston. What can we learn from the story of Fort Ticonderoga? When mounting an insurrection against a much larger and better armed empire, move as fast as possible over long distances. Be opportunistic when a good idea presents itself, humiliate them as often as possible, take advantage of the imperial authorities' reluctance to prepare for your unthinkable resistance by pouncing on chances to steal their own underdefended supplies, and resist their undersupported attempts to restore order, and be equally willing to abandon indefensible positions to take the fight to a better location. Also, that packed dirt can absorb a lot more firepower than you expect.